in their New Orleans hospital, a newlywed father named Nolan Hayes is forced to stay behind and attempt to save the life of his premature daughter. Dear Ate Chari, December 17, 2005. Before Hurricane Katrina strikes New Orleans, I rushed my wife Abigail to the emergency room as she is in labor 5 weeks early. The doctor explains that my wife gave birth to a baby girl but died of liver failure. I refused to accept her death and I was in grief. I have learned that my newborn baby needs to be kept in a ventilator for next 2 days before she can breathe on her own. The only problem is that the hurricane is beginning to flood the hospital and the ventilator cannot be moved. It's been 12 hours since Hurricane Katrina struck, and this hospital is anything but a sanctuary. The air is thick with despair and the distant sounds of chaos echo through the corridors. I find myself alone, tasked with keeping my newborn daughter alive as we wait for help. When the hurricane becomes too strong, everyone evacuates the building, leaving me and my baby whom I named Abigail after her mother. In the empty hospital, a nurse promises to bring back help. The power then goes out and I am forced to find a way to keep my baby alive. I found a hand-crank generator in a storeroom and is able to manually charge a ventilator battery. But it only holds a charge for 3 minutes, and I also found some more IVs for the baby to keep her nourished and some food and drinks for myself. With each charge, the battery life gets shorter. Sometimes I sit down with my baby and tells the story about how I met her mother. December 18, 2005. Every tick of the clock feels like a lifetime. The generator is sputtering, and I am rationing the little fuel we have left. The fragility of life is magnified in these dimly lit rooms. My daughter's soft cries are a reminder of the responsibility I bear in this desperate situation. I found a stray dog hiding in the hospital and takes care of it. I named the dog Sherlock, while also having illusions of talking with my late wife. I went to the rooftop to find helicopters flying around the building. When I tried to signal one, criminals distract it by shooting at it, demanding to be rescued first. This left me furious, but I had to go charge the battery. I found an ambulance on a flooded street and calls for help using its radio, but there's no response. December 19, 2005. The storm's aftermath has brought more challenges than I could have imagined. The baby needs constant attention, and I'm scavenging for supplies among the debris. The silence outside is eerie, interrupted only by the occasional distant cries for help. Each passing minute feels like a battle against time itself. I search for a spare battery but has no luck. I found a generator in a flooded basement room, but it is ruined from immersion and almost electrocutes me. I am barely in time to charge the battery again. Despite being awake for over 36 hours without power, running low on food, and having my hand cut from cranking the generator, I continued to come up with clever ways to charge the battery. December 20, 2005. Exhaustion is setting in, both physically and mentally. I can't shake the feeling of isolation. wondering if anyone will find us in this forgotten corner of the hospital. The flickering lights cast long shadows, playing tricks on my fatigued mind. Looters break into the hospital and comes to my room and tries to steal food, but gets run off by Sherlock. I realized that this man had robbed and killed the nurse who was bringing back supplies as she promised earlier. Since I haven't slept in almost 2 days, I took a shot of adrenaline to keep myself awake. No more looters break in, looking for drugs, when I found out that they both have guns. I took 2 shots of the adrenaline and sneaks up on one, injecting him with it and giving him a fatal overdose. I took his rifle and surprises the other thug, who was discovered my baby. I shook my head while holding the rifle on him. The man tried to shoot me in revenge, so I shot him in the head. December 21, 2005. I am now exhausted. I have to use both of my hands to slowly crank the handle, but I broke it off accidentally. My attempts to fix it fails, so I give my child a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to keep her alive, but passes out from shock, stress, and exhaustion. I then heard the ventilator beeping. It is running out of power, but I am too weak to get up. That time, I accepted that I failed my child. But a glimmer of hope, distant voices, rescuers has arrived. And I'm overwhelmed with relief. But the journey is far from over. As we step out into the battered world, I carry the weight of those 72 hours etched in the walls of this hospital. Survival has a cost, and in the wreckage of Katrina, I've paid with every ounce of strength and resilience I possess. This story of Nolan Peace left an indelible mark on us as we witnessed his journey through the harrowing aftermath of a disaster. Nolan's resilience and determination were truly inspiring, showcasing the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity.